Hi, I'm Dr. Hogseth, founder and director of the Pediatric Dental Team Association. So I recently had an experience that reminded me of some things that happen in our practices all the time that I wanted to bring to your attention. So I recently needed to get my starter in my car replaced. Now my car is 20 years old, it has 292,000 miles, and that is the original starter. So not a surprise that it needed to be replaced, right? Just like humans are getting parts replaced, right? Knees and hips and things. Well, your cars need to have maintenance done too, and that was my time to do that. Now, unfortunately, to have my starter replaced, they were going to need to keep the car at least 2 days. And you probably have the same experiences that I do, which is that then they give you a loaner car or a rental car to use while they're working on your car. That is what I'm going to be talking about. Because I got into the car unfamiliar completely with it because it was a big SUV. So I drive a little two-seater convertible, and so this was a whole new experience for me, and I just sat there and just was shaking my head, especially nowadays with all the computers in the car and everything is all set up differently. You need to pull out that manual and study it before you even drive, but who has time for that, right? So I just tried to figure out how to make the air conditioning work because it is Atlanta and it's in August, and how to control the radio because I need my music, you know, and the windshield wipers and the lights and the things like that. Just getting familiar with just the basics of the car. And this kind of triggered something with me, actually triggered a couple things with me. But the first is putting me in the position of thinking about a new hire in your office. When they walk in that first morning after they've been hired, and for a lot of us it was kind of sink or swim because you're too busy to really be able to adequately get them up to speed before you actually need them in a room helping you, right? So hopefully most of you have an onboarding system in your office to help that new hire really become assimilated into your practice as fast as you possibly can so that they can become productive and help your profitability of the practice. So if you don't at least have an onboarding system, hopefully you've got a checklist or something to help you figure out what do they need training on. Or do you just say, oh, I need a sterilization person today, let's get them into the sterilization area. We in the PDTA can help you with this because we have checklists that can help you in each of the different departments in your office figure out what they already know, what skill set are they bringing, and what do they need to be taught specifically about how things work in your office. And so that's one of the things we help you do. And also we have over 130 training modules online that you can just ask them to go into a room, study the basics, and then come out and you can then pull one of your team members to tweak it for your own office. And so that can save time and effort of your existing team trying to help get this new person onboarded. That is what the PDTA is all about, helping you with new hires and improving the skills of your existing team. The other thing that brought to mind when I'm sitting in this car that I did not know how to run other than to turn the key on, and this was one of those that had the push to start. And if you didn't know you needed to put your foot on the brake to get that to operate, you can kind of sit there for a while and figure that out. You know, docs, when we go to a CE meeting and we come up with some great pearls and we want to bring them back to the office and get them implemented as fast as we can, especially those of us that are real doers and we just want to get in there and try this. So, you know, a lot of times our staff just kind of humors us and goes, okay, Doc, yeah, sure, we'll try that. And you know, behind the scenes, they're actually thinking, okay, we'll give this a month or two, and then we know we'll go back to the old way of doing things and everything will be just fine. You know that happens, right? So the other thing you can do, especially with a new team member, is to send them for additional training with your existing team. That helps them bond together quicker, helps them get to know each other outside the office, and really help them become friends that then help each other and make that team more productive. But the other thing is the more ears that hear what is being presented at the conference, the more likely it is that the things they think would be great to implement in your office will actually get implemented and changed in the office. So that is something to consider, that if they bring it to you, most likely they're going to be on board and getting it accomplished. Whereas if you bring it to them, you know that's a little bit harder thing to get accomplished in your office, is for them to actually take what you say and completely change things up, or even minor tweaks, and make it really be effective. So the conference is coming up October 7th and 8th in Atlanta at one of the airport hotels, so that's very, very convenient for those both who are flying in and driving in. So on Friday, it's basically going to be focusing on communication skills, both in person and on the phone, helping the team understand how each one of them fit together in the wheel, that each of them is an important part of that and is a cog in that wheel that's necessary, and how they have to work together to make it work really well for your office, and how the interactions that they have with each other and with you and with the parents and patients is very, very important. And then on Saturday, we have MDs coming in to talk about sedation. Everything from when they first call your office and talk about sedation, or say they've been recommended, how your team handles each step of your process and your protocol, so that that appointment, when it does come, runs very smoothly, and it's a great appointment both for the patient, the parent, and your team. So those are some of the highlights. Definitely go to the website www.thepdta.org and check it all out. Sign up and register for the conference. And for those of you who are not already members of the association, please enroll and take advantage of all the materials we have to help you and your team become the best that they can be. This is your Practice Pro from the PDTA, and I'll see you on the next one.